I conquer. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Motivation Monday. This is Darwin from Help, Inspiration, and Encouragement, and I'm just happy to be able to spend another week with you talking about how we can be great, be the greatest versions of ourselves. So this week, what I want to talk to you guys about is meal prep. Now, I know what you're thinking. What does meal prep have to do with being the greatest version of ourselves, right? Or what does meal prep have to do with Motivation Monday? But I'm talking about a different kind of meal prep. See, I'm not talking about the fruits and vegetables that you cut up every week to get ready for your work week. I'm talking about meal prep because in order to fulfill your vision, you have to be hungry. That's something that Les Brown has taught. He says it all the time. You've got to be hungry. In order to get what you want, you've got to have a need for it. You've got to have a burning desire. How many of you guys have ever felt what it feels like to be hungry when your stomach starts to ache and your mood starts to change just a little bit because things are uncomfortable, right? You start to seek food. You start to seek some nutrients to make yourself feel better, right? You've got to be hungry. Well, that's what you've got to be for your vision. You've got to be hungry to see it fulfilled, right? So when I talk about meal prep, right, what I'm talking about is you asking yourself two questions. The first question is, what do you need to know to fulfill your vision that you don't know right now? So what do you need to know? What set of skills do you need to have? What information do you need to know? What resources do you have to have in order to fulfill your vision? You got to take those things, you got to write those down, and you got to begin your meal prep, right? Because if you know that there's some legalities that you need to learn, guess what? That's meal one. If you know that there's some federal fees that you have to be prepared to pay, guess what? That's meal two. If you know that it's going to require you to develop a new skill that you don't currently have, there's meal three. So you have to meal prep in order to fulfill your vision, in order to feed that hunger that you have on the inside of you. The second question that you have to ask is, what are you going to do to take your dream and turn it into a reality? See, a dream is just that. It's something that we think about. It's something that we want to happen. It's something that we can even picture happening. But reality is something that's actually going on right now. And so what I want to know is, how are you going to take that dream and feed it enough to turn it into a reality? It's one thing to talk about it. It's a whole other thing to be about it. See, we can talk about cooking all day long, but until we actually get up, put the food in the pan and put it under that heat and let it simmer up so we can start to smell it, and then once you start to smell it, the hunger intensifies a little bit more, right? And you start anticipating and you get excited about it, right? And then you put your special seasonings in it. You put a little bit of discipline in there. You put a little bit of adversity in there. You put a little bit of strength in there, right? You put some blood, some sweat, some tears, some sleepless nights into it, right? And you season it up real good, and it starts to smell real good to you, right? And then finally, when the time's done, you got something to eat. You have something to feed that hunger. And so what I need you guys to do is I need you to get out there and I need you to meal prep. I need you to find those skills. I need you to find those resources. I need you to learn those laws. Whatever it is that you have to do to make your vision come true, I need you to get out there and you need to get the ingredients to make the meal that is going to feed your vision. I know that you can do it. I know that you can end this week full. Every week I want you to find a different meal. Every week I want you to find something else to feed yourself. And when it's time When it's time, I want you to sit in front of that buffet. I don't want you to look at the feast that you've created. And that feast that you've created is going to be your vision. It's going to be your dream turned into a reality. And so I'm not going to waste any more time talking about it because, see, your boy is a chef and I got to get in the kitchen. And I want to see you guys get up with me this week. I want to see you guys grab your apron, put your hat on, grab some knives, some spatulas, some pots, and some pans, and get to cooking. Be great this week. Have a great week. Feed that hunger. Turn that dream into a reality. You can do it. You're great. I'm great. Together, we're the greatest versions of ourselves. Remember, if we all do a little bit, together our achievements will be great. You guys have a great week. Be blessed. And until next time, peace.
Bring it backwards. It's such a thing, it's Renala. It's not rhyme, it's that Renala.